Hello and welcome to Inside Leominster. My name is Dean Mazzarella, Mayor for the city, and we're live tonight as we are on Thursday nights, or at least most of them. And nothing's changed. You can email us your questions if you'd like. Sometimes people don't want to go on air, but that's okay. And you can also call the station. The phone number is 978-537-7760. If you'd like to watch streaming, and you can't be on your television, and you can't watch by television, then you can hook us in through Leominster.tv. And we're also streaming. You can find us on Facebook streaming, and there are a bunch of different ways that people can see us. Anyway, we have been missing Mr. Art because it's time for the Art Report. Art, the golf course is covered with snow. The last time we talked,
don't remind me.
It was looking like spring, but I'll tell you, that sun is hot. Got in my car today around 1, and it was nice and warm it was solar-powered heat.
Yeah, it's a couple of days in the 50s, and we'll get rid of it, and I'm getting ready. I got the equipment out. I'm starting to get ready to go for cruise nights. I got the truck ready. It had a birthday 6 months ago. It was 21 years old.
There you go. It's old enough to drink now.
Still looks brand new.
Yes.
And I don't know if I told you this one. My grandson was over recently, and up until he was 8, he would just look at it, and I'd tell him it's his someday, and he'd walk by it and come in and we'd do our thing. Well, the last trip, or one before, whatever, he turned 10, and he come over, and he said, "Papa, can I look at the truck?" I said, "Sure." I opened up the door. He got in. He looked it all over, got out, looks at "Can I look at the front end?" "You sure can." He looks at the front, and he went to the back. I said, "What do you think?" He says, "I'm going to have it painted red."
Oh.
I was devastated.
What color is it now?
Well, it's black.
Black, right.
And the flames are blue, purple, and a little touch of pink in them, and it's all hand done, the flames on it. So
I can't wait for
he'll change his mind.
Car and truck night down at Kimball's this year.
Oh, it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. My kid I grew up with, and I found him on Facebook, and he's a car guy. In fact, I had the first car in the neighborhood, it's a 46 Ford Coupe, and he had a 1930-something Rio. It was like a mobster four-door sedan.
Wow.
And it wasn't registered. He worked on it like I did mine, and he'd back it up Millard Ave, and then we'd coast down, and we'd play with it that way. And lo and behold, he's got a 55 Chevy to die for.
Now?
Yeah. Oh, he brought it to Kimball's, and it was like a magnet. The people couldn't stop looking, especially under the hood. It's got a Corvette, fuel-injected, big V8 in it, and all chromed up. It's absolutely stunning.
It's a hot rod.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it idles. You'd think he's going 50 miles an hour.
Hey, whatever happened? You were going to meet with the guy that you worked with at Digital.
We did.
And how'd that go?
That was, you're talking about memory lane. My God. We sat there for 2 hours.
Wow.
And all we talked about, he brought up stuff I forgot. I brought up stuff he forgot. And it was wonderful. We're going to do it again during a cruise night at Kimball's.
Did you
And we can spend more time together and walk around and look at the cars. And it was great, though.
Did you do the whatever happened to?
Yes, we did. And sadly, there was quite a few that are no longer with us. And some we've lost touch with. But and funny stuff, real funny stories. And like one day, the mill was a million square feet, I think, something like that, huge place.
Right.
And Ken Olson's brother Stanley, who was vice president at the time. Well, at the mill, the mail deliveries were done, and the gals had a three-wheel scooter they'd stand on and ride around the mill delivering mail.
Wow.
In fact, one of them, you probably remember Hank Vizina from.
Yeah.
Well, Hank was head of personnel, and his wife Sue would deliver the mail.
Wow.
Well, one day Stan Olson's walking. There was a tunnel, a crossover, almost like up in Gardner, where you can
Right.
go over the road.
Right.
And he says, "Can I try that?" She said, "Sure, be careful." Well, he hit the thing and took off, and he went about 10 feet and tipped it over.
No.
So stuff like that, silly stuff that happens. And
Kevin,
on the day that the guys were draining off the air conditioner units on the rooftop, and Ken Olson would park his Pinto the same side of the building every day, but it happened to be the building they were doing that work on, and they were taking the buckets of water, dirty water, whatever it was, and throwing them off the roof. Unbeknownst to them, it was landing on his car.
Oh.
And I noticed it, so I called his secretary, and I said, "Is Ken going anywhere this morning?" She said, "Why?" And I told her what happened. She said, "Oh, my God." I said, "I'll get maintenance down there with a hose, and we'll start cleaning it up for you." Stuff like that.
Kevin,
it was crazy.
Kevin Cormier started a site, Victory, for Victory Markets. For everybody that used to work at Victory Markets, it's on Facebook. And I'll tell you, you just lose track of people. I worked there as a kid, bagging groceries, worked in the produce department, and boy, it connected with a whole lot of people I haven't heard from in a ton of years.
Well, there's a digital alumni page as
I
well.
bet. Yeah, I bet. Yeah.
But, they had 120,000 people.
Imagine that. That's incredible.
I can maybe talk one-on-one with 200 or 300, and that's about it, because it was so big and spread out.
That's incredible.
Oh yeah, it was in its heyday. It's beyond incredible.
I guess, huh?
Like we had our first helicopter. Here's a good one for you. First helicopter that the company bought. I get a call from Ken's secretary, and she says they're coming in from Texas today with the helicopter. They're flying it in. The two guys that they hired to fly them. And they had got me licensed as a radio operator. I could call them on it, vice versa. Well, they gave me a call when they were about 20 minutes away, so I could get Olson up there to watch it come in for a landing. Well, it was like late March. So they call. I call Ken. I go out. I go over to Lower Thompson Street parking lot where they're going to land it. He's standing there with me, and I looked around. And I went, "Uh-oh." They forgot to sweep the parking lot from sanding it all through winter.
Yeah, it must have been a dust bowl.
Worse than that, they sandblasted cars, something fierce. It was unbelievable. But they made good on everything. That was just one of those things that happened.
Logistics.
Yeah, well, there's another quick Olson story. When the Air Force, we called it, was really big. We had like 10 choppers, a DC-9, a couple jets, and a bunch of twin aero commanders. Well, Ken flew his own plane.
Did he really?
Yes, he did. He had a beautiful tri-pacer. And I was on my way to Canada on company business, and I was taking the company plane out of Hanscom. Well, Ken shows up, and he sees me, and I knew him by first-name basis. He said, could you give me a hand rolling my plane out? It was in the hangar. But there was a little indentation in the concrete, and we couldn't move it. But there were two guys standing off to the side in suits with briefcases. So I said, hey, Ken yelled over. He said, could you give us a hand moving this? And they looked at him, and they held their hands up like to say, the way we're dressed, do you want us to push an airplane? Well, they didn't respond. So I went, oh. So I went and got one of the mechanics that was working on a helicopter. He come over. We rolled it out. Up comes our plane to leave. I go out to get on it. I get on it. Guess who gets on with me? These two guys.
No.
So I got my badge on. And they get theirs on, and they get on, and I get on. And we're finally up in the air. One of them looks at me. We're sitting right across from each other. He said, hey, who was that old guy that wanted us to get dirty? I said, that was Ken Olson, the president of your company, and he never forgets a face. I thought they were going to jump out of the plane.
Oh, I bet, huh?
I got even.
Yeah.
I got even.
That's a good one.
Yep.
Never know who you're talking.
Stories like that. We went on and on and on.
You never know who you're talking to.
Yeah, oh, exactly.
So
There's no question about it.
Treat everybody good, right?
Well, when they gave me I moved to Northborough and headed up the warehouse. And we also stored Ken's Whirlwind computer there, the very first tube-type computer. Well, I get a call. They're coming in with 3 choppers and all the operations committee, and they couldn't fly together. They had separate helicopters for safety purposes. And make a long story short, they all get off the choppers. The management hears about it upstairs. They all come down there adjusting their ties. They're all nervous. Ken walks through the door with all of them right behind him. They stop, and I greeted them. I said hi, and one of the managers motioned to me to introduce him. I says, Ken. He said, well, before we do anything, could you take us on a tour, please? Well, everybody turned pale. They didn't know what to do, and off we went. He didn't want nothing to do with that stuff. That's the way. And he was hoping they'd leave when we got back, and they did. They went upstairs. They got the hint.
That's good.
Yeah, he was a real down-to-earth guy. He always was, and I'll always respect him for that. Well, he turned down. He was on the board of directors of Ford.
I know.
They wanted to give him a Continental and this and that. No, he took a Pinto.
Imagine
he wanted
that.
his Pinto. And I said, how do you like it? He says, it's so easy to work on. He worked on it himself.
Wow. That's crazy, huh?
Little 6-cylinder, yeah.
He isn't still alive, is he?
No,
No.
he passed away a couple of years ago. He was living with his daughter in Minnesota. And, you know, he went out the way he came in. There's a little flat stone in the ground, no big memorial or anything like that.
Where's he buried?
I believe in Minnesota.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Imagine that, huh?
Yep.
It wasn't about the money.
No. His brother Stanley's still alive.
Is he really?
Oh, yeah. He opened up, he built at a salt quarry in Florida, a golf course.
Wow.
Black Diamond Golf Course, it's called.
Wow.
It was one of the top 100 courses in its time about 20 years ago.
Well, give him a call.
And he also ran a big cattle ranch.
Really?
Yeah, that's what I'm told.
Well, give him a buzz. Say, hey, it's Art.
I didn't know him that well.
Oh.
I knew Ken much more.
Yeah.
They were totally different guys. His brother rode around in a big Continental.
Yeah.
He didn't like that. He downplayed that. He scolded him a couple of times. I caught him in the hallway telling him, you should leave that car home. But that's the way it was with him.
Yeah.
You know, but that's part of history.
Yes, it is. And you
It was a wonderful history. I had 37 years.
Imagine that. Wow. Good for you.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah.
All right, Art.
Have a good one.
Thanks for sharing those stories. Those are good ones.
Okay, I got 100 more.
And there was the Art Report. Thank you, Art.
See you later.
All
Bye-bye.
right. We're going to take a short break, are we, guys? Full crew here tonight at LTV inside Leominster. My name is Dean Mazzarella. We're taking a short break, and we'll be right back.
All right, are we ready? Okay, I'm gonna count down from 3. You're gonna cut it. Ready?
Okay.
3, 2, 1, go. Which? This is for you.
Oh, doing another one?
And then, oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, we got one.
Over again for
Sorry,
you,
Melissa, I
right?
didn't realize that we were doing 2. I would've.
We'll do it all.
I'm gonna give you a sheet.
Okay.
We weren't
Oh,
good.
sorry.
Whoa.
Sorry. I was looking to see if the name was on it.
What happened? She cut
I
you?
almost chopped her arm off.
It happens in the world.
Hey,
No?
you go in?
Sure, absolutely.
Melissa, we have physical therapy here if you need it after this.
We got some
Whoa,
good
John,
healing
you-
creams.
I've been to a lot of grand openings.
A big one. Bigger than anyone's theater had.
Okay, we ready? We'll do the same thing. Back to 3, 2, 1.
Oh no! Quick!
What happened?
What's wrong? He didn't even get his camera up.
It's Friday?
That was a practice. We're gonna do it again.
Wasn't ready.
John, are we good?
You want to change the battery?
Now you get 2 ribbons.
Yay!
Okay.
Yeah. He looks at me like.
Switch this.
We want to give you our little token of appreciation for setting up in the area. This is at Leominster, but that's okay.
We're on the cusp.
And I have to tell you a quick story. So when Ellen, her mother, a lot of people don't know this story, but her mother owned the first sort of health food store in the whole area. It was called Merkwood,
Yep.
and it was downtown where Enterprise Bank is now.
Yeah, in the Columbia.
So when I was probably, I'd say, in the 9th grade, I was the skinniest kid at Leominster High School. So I used to go in there, and she used to feed me with all the candy bars. Hoffman's gain weight. That's what it was called, Hoffman's. and it was to gain weight, and I had these big canisters, and you add it to everything that you ate and drank, and it took 45 years, but look at me now. Well, anyway, she'd be proud. Look at you, Route 2, right?
Thank you.
You've done a great job and carried on. I know this is what she would want, really.
Yeah.
This is amazing. So I don't know how many years ago that was, but I don't want to tell anybody. Anyway.
77, I was born in that store.
77.
My mom walked to the hospital.
Marika. I think there's a couple of selectors from Lancaster.
Yeah, totally.
Yes, get 'em up
I'd
here.
like to stop in and say.
Absolutely. Photos too, because we are actually in Lancaster.
Yes, we are.
And get a few words aside of Dean's
Yeah.
involvement.
Don't tell me about your weight gain problem.
No, just on behalf of the Lancaster Board of Selectmen, I'm Stan Starr, the chairman. Walter Sadowski's a colleague of ours too. We'd like to welcome Roots, yet another business, albeit going to be growing though, right, Marika?
Yep.
For sure.
Yep.
And I told her my story a little bit earlier about how my wife is a regular attendee at your operation in Leominster as well, and enjoys it very much. So, welcome addition, a perfect spot for it, and we welcome you. We can help you.
you.
That's what we're here for. And enjoy.
Thank you so much. And thank you to Orchard Hills for this awesome opportunity and all their members. And they've been integral in making this so smooth the past month. So thank you guys for showing up in such a large group. It's awesome.
Yeah, this is wonderful.
There you go. In case you want to see what it looks like, streaming live, it's pretty good. I mean, when we first started messing around with streaming, it was Larry Wolpe that started the show here. He used to work for WEIM at the time, which is now WPKZ, and he worked in like Rochester, New York, somewhere on a TV show, but it was streaming. But it was hard. It was like all snow, and it would like do the whole robot thing and then catch up. And so
We call that potato quality.
potato quality.
Yeah.
What's the significance of the potato part?
It's just not
it's just-
high def. It's potato quality.
It's basic.
Yeah.
Well, it was horrible, but I wanted to watch it because it was his first time. He had left the radio station and moved on, and he said, "Yeah, you can't watch it, but you can watch. It's on cable. You can't watch it here, but you can watch it streaming." So there I was on my computer trying to watch it. So it's incredible, the quality, the difference. So you can watch it from everywhere, and people are watching in Rhode Island. Let me see if I can pull this back up real quick. Let's see, Rhode Island, I don't know, from all over the place people are watching, so pretty good. Yeah, technology at its best. Ladies, welcome. Welcome to Inside Leominster. Tina McAndrew is the Assistant Library Director, and Marissa Monterio is the Outreach Coordinator for the Leominster Public Library, and we're going to be talking about outreach. And at the set of last year, when we sat down and did the budget, one of the common goals that we set, the Library Director, myself, is got to get back out. You got to get into the community for those. Got to reach out because if people get busy, they think everything exists off of the computer, which in a lot of cases for library services they do, right? So another way to connect. But there's so much more out there in the library today. And I say this all the time. What I've learned is libraries in general can react to changes in the community faster than anyone. It's sort of like credit unions or community colleges. They can react faster for some reason, just the way the system is set up. And we talk about technology. The libraries were at the cutting edge of technology, coming up with Mars system and borrowing books from one library to the other. They were first. When art was still trying to figure out the computer.
Yeah, and the other reason for outreach is that we want to make sure that our services are accessible to everybody. So for people who are homebound or don't have access to transportation or just don't know about the library, we want to go to you and make sure you do know about all the things that the library has to offer.
And let's talk about some of those things. While we have you here, let's talk about it.
Yeah. So we've got 5 things that you didn't know about the library. One is that outreach exists. So that's one off the list. The second one is the Talking Book Library.
Yes, out of Worcester or Perkins. people with visual impairments, young or old, can get a special machine in any book they want that will play, and it's self-instructive and it's very easy to use, and
Is the machine free?
everything's free.
That's amazing.
Yeah, free.
Is the person get to keep the machine?
As for as long as they use the service, yes.
Right.
Yeah, it's
So-
not
and they
like a
just keep-
check-in or check-out.
Right.
Yep.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
remarkable.
Yeah, it's great. It's a great service.
So somebody does some grant writing or fundraising to purchase those machines?
Yeah, well, yeah, it's in the budget for
Right.
the state, so that's why we go and
That's
support our
outstanding.
libraries. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was the second thing that.
Yep.
Yeah. The third thing is if you are trying to learn a new language, we have a new language learning program available on our website for free called Mango Languages. And it's got over...
Mango versus potato?
right. Mango's high
Mango's
def.
high.
That's
yeah.
right.
Mangoes are in.
That's
Well,
right.
yeah.
Mangoes are in, potatoes are out.
There you go.
Kale's out, and then what's
Kale,
in
I
now?
think Kale's still, you know,
Yeah,
like,
it's
still
still
doing
hanging
its thing.
in it, but it's
That's
not
right.
the
Yeah.
it's not the cure-all anymore.
Right. You need
What's the other
mangoes.
one?
We need
Mangoes.
mangoes. You got to
Yeah.
stick with mangoes. So for anyone trying to learn a new language, they have all of these super easy to use, super easy to like understand instructional courses. You can access it from home. You can access it on our computers app library. If you're trying to learn Italian, Spanish, you know, English, whatever you need, it's there.
Awesome. That's another
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next.
Number 4.
That's number 4.
For those of you who are not native speakers of English, we are now offering conversation circles at the library.
Which is a great way to learn.
I know, and it is. And we have a really diverse community, and it is constantly becoming more and more diverse. So we want to encourage those people to feel welcome in the library and to feel comfortable with their language skills and communicating here in Leominster. So we want to facilitate that.
How many languages do you speak?
I speak like 2.5.
Yeah, no, we
Two
were
and a
talking
half.
about that.
Yeah.
What about the Italian? Did
Yeah.
you get that part in there?
I'm not on Italian yet.
All right.
But
I
but I
understand
do know how to
Italian.
use my hands.
Oh, because you got that blood. You got that blood running through you there.
Yeah.
And our last thing
Yes, drum roll.
is our Library of Things.
Oh my goodness.
So you can go to the library and you can check out glasses if you're colorblind. We
I
have
saw
glasses
that.
you can wear inside and outside. Musical instruments like the one Marissa's about
But
to
let's
show
talk
you.
about those glasses because
Yeah.
there are people that haven't seen color
Ever.
ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now with these glasses,
They can.
you can see
Yeah.
color.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty neat.
So they have 2 sets, one for indoor and one for outdoor. So
That's
you can check out
incredible,
any
huh?
of them. Yeah.
Yeah.
I did try them.
And we have
did.
Chromebooks if you need to type something out. Pretty soon, not yet, but pretty soon, we're going to have hotspots so you can get wireless access wherever you
Anywhere,
want to go.
You didn't hear my story about this. So I was telling Sandra, I was waiting for somebody, a high school friend. We would grab dinner in Boston. I was there, and he lives there, and so I was waiting. I was actually a little bit early, which is unusual, but so while I was waiting, I went to the Boston Public Library, and it's really like Mango in there. I mean, it's got the radio station onto the side. Everything's futuristic and but historic. You know, it's the balance of the two, like
Yeah.
us. So I said, "Where's the magazine section?" Because clearly I'm not going to get too far into the library here, because this could be minutes. And the lady said, "It's over there. You know, just right over, just 2 sections over." So I went over there, walked around, couldn't find it. So went and grabbed somebody else. I said, "Do you mind telling me where the magazine section is?" And he said, "Yeah, it's right over there, like 2 sections over." I'm like, "Okay." So I walked over. I'm like, "I'm missing something." So I didn't want to go back to either of the same. So I went and found another person at the information booth. I said, "Would you mind walking me over to the magazine section?" So I get to the magazine section. There's 4 magazines.
That's it?
That's it in the whole place. And
Because they were all checked out?
no, they just don't have a magazine section. But you know, I know everybody likes to read online, and I do as well. But there's still a lot of us that just,
I think
it's not old-fashioned. It's just something that,
And here in Leominster, people love their magazines. We were just renewing the Adopt a Magazine
Right.
program this week,
and
and
people
love it.
They
Yeah.
love to contribute to
Yes,
those.
they do.
Every time I walk in, there's always 3 to
yeah.
5 to 7 people. But
the
it's kind of like asking people not to drink coffee out of a coffee cup, right? It's part of the whole equation here.
Yeah.
It's the whole point of sitting down and actually grabbing a book or a magazine. But what I'm trying to say is there was no option there.
No.
The Leominster Public Library has the option.
Yeah.
So you can get a book. I mean, you can get so many things that are available online, or you can actually get them to touch and feel.
Right.
And that's something
Yeah.
that we have over the Boston Public
Yeah.
Library. They had 4 magazines.
That's it.
I don't even know what they
Yeah.
were. I don't even know what they were. I had no clue. I was looking at them
Yeah.
going, no, this is it? And they're like, yeah, that's our magazine section.
Yeah. Well, that's the benefit of a public library that's there to serve the community. So everything that we have is there because it reflects a need or a want from our community. So we're a very responsive library. If the community says they want it, we get it and make it available.
So if you are a member of an organization, a church, there's a group of kids on your street, you want us to pay a visit, you live in a larger apartment complex or a condominium or whatever it might be, and you want us to come out and chat, talk about the library and bring some things with us, by all means, right?
Yes,
Absolutely.
absolutely.
How, who and how should they reach you?
Either one of us is fine. Yeah.
Yeah. Either.
They
you
call
can-
the
Oh, did you
main
get your
number.
new, did you
They
get your
can
new phone
call us.
system hooked
We
up yet?
did.
got
We
our
were the
new-
guinea
did?
pigs.
Yeah.
It took a while.
And
It's great.
so people can call you direct.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you want to give you direct phone numbers?
Oh, you want me to remember that?
That's what I
all
said.
new now.
I know, but I didn't know how far you
If
got
they
into
call the
it.
library and they ask for Tina, if they call the
Yeah,
library, they ask for
they'll-
Marissa,
they'll forward
they,
it to
they
us.
can
We just
find
switched
us.
over Outlook. Did you do that yet?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh my! Did you switch over to Outlook? Yeah.
Well, we've used it.
Yeah, but they switched over, like going like computer by computer.
Oh, no.
For Outlook, you know,
No.
for our platform, for our sort of scheduling and email, and they changed it.
no,
And I'm having
not
a
yet.
very difficult time. Well,
No,
look,
we just did the baby
it wasn't
step with
all
the
my
phone.
fault though.
Yeah.
Part of
no.
this was just technology, and they forgot. So I'm trying to just do simple things, and it wouldn't let me, and I couldn't bring it up. It was a little bit frustrating, but it takes a little bit of time.
It does, yeah.
But you do have the phone system.
Yes, we do.
You have an extension.
Yes, we
And We're
do.
getting there. We're
Okay,
getting
yeah,
there.
we're
How about you?
getting
Do you
there.
remember your extension?
I think it's 3614, but
Oh
I
yeah,
might
they'll
be
be
making
calling
that
you. They'll be calling
up. Might
you.
be making that up. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know it's 4 numbers.
It's 4
It is
numbers.
I don't have one
numbers.
yet. but
Right.
It takes a while. This
Yeah.
stuff takes.
It
You
does.
got to keep using it. The more you give it out,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
It should be the last like 4 digits in our social security number or something.
No.
Definitely not.
Not
Security
anymore.
risk. Yeah.
Well, how are they going to figure out the
Technology
other?
has changed.
How are they going to figure out?
Technology
It should be
has
something you remember, though. You know what I mean?
True.
Right. But we'll remember them
Okay.
Yeah.
soon enough.
Just call. You could
But
call
yeah.
the public library and just look
Yes.
for the phone tree and
Yeah.
then bring you to.
We would
Yeah.
love to come to you.
Yes.
You know, to provide services.
Yeah.
More than welcome to come to the library all the time.
Yeah. We can do story time. We can do presentations on how to do research at the library.
How to use your smartphone.
Yeah.
Anything.
How to download Overdrive onto your device so you can get library books and movies and audio books on
Really,
your
you
on
teach
your
people
device.
how to do those things.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
Next time we have you on, we'll do some of that.
Yeah.
We'll do some instructional things to let
Right,
people
yeah.
know.
In fact, CW Mars just produced an app so you can do all of your library
Really?
requesting on your phone.
They are amazing. They
They
really,
are.
honestly, I mean, when we barely had technology at City Hall, they were like doing incredible
top of
things.
it, yeah.
They really were. I
Yeah.
mean, it's an incredible system. You want to talk about just for a minute what CWRs is? I mean, it's a
Sure. So CW Mars is a resource sharing platform that all of the public libraries in Massachusetts use. There's a variety of these resource sharing networks. So there's one on the Cape and one in the western part, and it just connects all of the libraries. So if there's a library or a book or a CD or a movie that you want, and we don't have it in Leominster, we can get it for you from anywhere.
In like a
again,
day or
it's
two,
free.
right?
Yeah,
Most of the
yeah,
time?
that's it. Yeah.
Eastern Delivery Service, Leominster Company,
Yeah.
is the
Yep.
company that
Yes.
delivers all these
Yep.
books. See?
Yep.
We're always
Yeah.
tie ourselves in. I know you want to. The reason I keep talking is I know you. I can tell you just want to dive
Well, I
in.
just really want to let people know that this is one of our new things in the Library of Things.
You're gonna teach people how to
City
use-
City Music has provided 2 ukuleles to the library. They're nice instruments.
They're beautiful.
They come tuned. And they're intended for people who do not know how to play. So
Wow,
they
them-
come
I don't know how to
That's
play.
got my
with
name
a
all over. it.
tuner, so you'll always be able to put it back in tune if it comes
That's-
out, which inevitably it will. It comes with a how to play ukulele little booklet. It's got songs, it's got the chords, it's got charts.
Can you
so
play a
know.
song for us,
Sure can.
please?
You got any requests?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Okay. A song from the Monkees since he passed away today. Okay.
Name that tune.
Did you just learn to play that? Or were you already a...
I learned that today. No, I'm just kidding. I've never taken a class on how to play ukulele before. I have my own, and I've learned on YouTube.
Yeah,
So
okay, good.
I think that the point is that you don't even need to take a lesson. You can just
Yeah.
get one from the library.
And teach
Go
yourself.
home, learn something yourself.
Turn on YouTube
and
or
just,
take your time and read the book?
Absolutely.
All depends how you
Yeah.
learn. Some
That's
people are
right.
visual and some people
Exactly.
can read the book.
Yeah.
So it's here. It's available. It sounds good. So
That's amazing. So you
Please
can
check
borrow
it
it
out.
and take it
Yeah.
out?
Yeah.
yeah.
They had like a ukulele fest down there at one point. I wonder if they're going to do it again. 'Cause
We
that's-
are having, I think her name's Julie. We're having a woman named Julie come in April to do an intro to ukulele class. She's going to have like 20 ukuleles
That's
with
so
her.
cool.
So you
I'm
can
coming.
come, learn the
You
basics.
can play Tiptoes Through the Tulips.
Yeah. Oh, that's the dun 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 dun
Tiptoes.
dun 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 dun.
Yeah, that was Tiny Tim.
Yeah, yeah.
Tiny Tim. That's before your time, but Tiny
That
Tim
was
did
in a
that.
horror movie also. I mostly associated with going into a parallel dimension. So
It's okay. Listen, this is the mango generation.
this is the mango
But you know, when you go in the produce section now, it's much larger than it used to be. So
That's
some
true.
things are front and center, and the mango will have to take back seat to, what is the arugula, right? That's a new
Arugula,
thing.
yeah.
It's
Acai.
cool now.
The acai berries.
is
Yeah, there you
big.
go.
Yeah.
That's-
You know,
yeah.
stuff comes and goes.
Yeah.
Once it cures everybody of everything, they move it to the back shelf and something new.
Yeah.
Right?
And then we'll go back to Cheez-Its.
Wow, waiting for the corn chips.
waiting for the, yeah, waiting
the
for it to
yellow
come
things,
back
the
around.
cheese things there, where the cheese
Oh
curls.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
What could be better than that?
Mm-hmm.
You put it in your mouth and it just disintegrates. You just leave it there and it just, right? Just disintegrates. And it's not good
Tastes
for
so
you.
good though,
Why?
because
Yeah.
it's bad for you.
But arugula and mangoes, I mean, obviously they have a purpose.
Yeah.
Good
And
food.
if the mango's not doing it for you, just throw some of the spice on it, like they do in Mexico.
Right.
You know.
It's like
Yeah,
cheese.
This is like
You
sugar and
can
spice
have
on it.
horrible food.
Just put cheese
And
on
just
it.
put cheese on it. I was watching a cooking channel on the plane the other day, and the stuff was like terrible. It was like one of these things where you grab everything from the pantry. You know, if meals on in a minute, for $5 or something. And so they went to the pantry and they grabbed some noodles and they just threw a bunch of stuff together. And I'm like, this is horrible. They took like the box tops of the ziti and threw it. I mean, it was
God.
horrible. And then they just doused it with cheese. Everybody's going, wow, is this good? So that's the way it goes. But this year, one of our other goals citywide is to help people to eat healthier. And so we have a couple different groups that are going to help us with that. And as you walk to the grocery store, a lot of people don't know how to prepare those foods. Like, how do you eat it? Because if you really know how to cook right, add the right things, healthy foods can taste good.
Right. Yeah. And if they want to learn how to cook more stuff, we have a cookbook club at the
I
library.
heard that. That's pretty
yeah,
cool.
one Thursday a month. I think it's the third Thursday.
yeah.
It's tonight.
No,
It's like,
last
it
week.
was last week.
Second.
Yeah.
So all kinds of cool things
Yeah.
going on
Yeah.
at the library.
Yes.
It isn't your great-grandmother's library
No, it's
anymore,
not.
where you go into the guide periodicals and look up a book, which you can still do.
Yes.
Which you can still do. But we
it's
had
so
wild
much
animals
more.
there today. There was
Yeah.
like 1,000 people in there watching the boa constrictors and crocodiles come through. Yeah.
How cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there you go. Leominster Public Library. I want to thank you both for coming on. We'll
Thank
have you.
you.
Thank you for
on
having us.
every so often. And don't forget to let us know when they do the ukulele learning.
Yeah. April 4th.
April 4th.
April 4th.
April
4/4.
Well, help us with the
4/4,
community
4
outreach
strings.
and let us know. We didn't know about half the things that were going on at the
Right.
library this week. You got to let us know.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
We will.
Taking a short break, and we're coming right back here to look at photos of the week. Let's go see. Let's see who's watching tonight. A lot of people. Oh, geez. I guess I don't know what we said, but no. Just people are watching. They don't have anything negative to say, so that's good. Bruce Coulter said good stuff. So you got his approval. He's a very good photographer.
Okay.
All right.
Good.
We have so much talent here in the city. We got to start to pool it. Let me see.
We
Hold
do.
on, one
We
second.
do.
Steve Ciccolini. I've been talking to you about this for years. I wonder if he's still watching. If he's watching, I can say it. If not, then it's Steve. You know this is my dream. We want to get every local musician, all the good music. Right? We have so many, and we want to do one whole concert of just all the best of the best. And how you would do that is because you can't have any one person pick them out. Is they would have to be nominated, right? They would have to be nominated, And then Steve is the production guy, and get guys like J.D. Geronimo and Mark Marquis and all these people, my nephew Joey and all that. And you put all these people together, you can bring all the best musicians. Because you can travel long and far, and we've got the best here. You don't have to go anywhere, really. And so that's one of my dreams. And we also have some of the best photographers, some of the best authors, right? We have it all
Absolutely,
here.
yes.
And I want to do more of that. It's my kind of
That's your thing.
goal this year. But I want to get that concert. You know how cool that would be to, even artists that were here from, in the 50s, and we've still got Gene Koresher. He's 90-something years old. He plays with the Colonial Band. You know how cool that is? And then have him play with somebody that's 15, 16 years old.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
Really
outreach.
bridge those generations.
Yeah, and it's just, it's all here. You
Yes.
just gotta,
That's right.
It's like the guy that did the 5-minute, 2-minute kitchen thing, right? When the pantry and made food. It's all there. It's already there. We've got it. We don't have to look out. But there's people from all over the country that are, former musicians that would play here in the days of tag, or just, had garage bands.
Yeah.
Got to bring them all together.
And now we have a lot of Latino people. I bet we got a
Yes.
great bachata
Oh.
band out and hiding somewhere. We've
Honest.
probably got a great salsa band just
I
waiting
was
to exist.
recently at the Eagles, and they had a band that was so good. They were amazing. A little loud, but incredibly good. And they were a Latin band, and they were
Yeah.
just so good. And
Yeah.
there's so many of them out there. So it can't be a one-day thing. It has to be like
week-long-
International Music Fest
Yeah.
week.
Yeah.
Anyway,
We'll put up a flyer for it in the library.
we'll get moving
There you
on
go.
this. We'll have a meeting. Okay, we're taking a shot. Let's see if Steve responded. Nah, he didn't respond. Steve, I hope you're still watching. Anybody else that's out there, help me fulfill my dream. Taking a short break here at Inside Leominster. We'll be right back.
50 seconds, Steve.
And we're back here at Inside Leominster. Dean Mazzarella is my name. We meet every Thursday night, bring you up to speed on what's happening around town. And in a second, we'll go to Photos of the Week, give you a taste of, no pun intended, it is Restaurant Week, but we wanted to give you an idea of some of the places that we've visited, some of the new businesses. So here we go with my fancy new remote. Pictures of the Week. Here we are. This is last evening, and what a great time we had. This is the movie night, and the movie last night was Smallfoot, and really it was a good movie. I got to thank all the sponsors. I don't have a list here. Next week I'll get you one, but you know what? Every single thing, every snack, the pizza, cider made here in Leominster, everything was donated 100%. And it is really incredible how generous the local businesses are. And we really want to start thanking them publicly in a bigger way than we have in the past, because they really make a difference. And you have an event like this with 200 people or 200 plus people inside City Hall, and it can be offered absolutely free. And what a wonderful night. And so anyway, the kids get a chance. We have cardboard boxes. They decorate their boxes in any way they'd like, into a car or a truck. Some get fancier than the others. They can write in a number plate. Then we have pizza and snacks and drinks. And then the movie started at 6:30, and off we went till about 8 o'clock. The movie ended, and we roll out 2 little trash containers, and every kid that's there, every mom and dad and uncle and aunt and grandmother and grandparent and staff at City Hall helps to clean up, and we have the place cleaned up, I don't know, 22 minutes. Place looked like brand new again. And good thing, because tomorrow is another event at City Hall. We'll talk about that again. There's movie night in the dark. Thank Ron Gerard for showing up yesterday to film this event as well. Ron shows up everywhere. He's a key man here for LTV, right, Ron? He's put his time to good use, and we're blessed to have Ron and the whole crew at LTV, because each one of them brings a individual talent, and boy, they are talented people, so thank them. Cruise downtown. There's our newest tractor. We have 2 of those new sidewalk tractors. They're a little smaller than those big things that we have. Those big tractors will go through a building. These are a little more smaller. They get through the sidewalks a little easier. We start them at downtown and work their way out, but do a great job. And we're really happy. They have a number of attachments, and we are very satisfied with these new sidewalk tractors. So there they are. They'll be out there during the storms. And today by 10 o'clock, everything was down to the concrete. This is an interesting project. If you haven't seen, when we have the fire department on, we'll talk a little bit more about the rear entrance to the fire department, because it's going to look a little bit different than this. It's going to have a really a blend of historic look and handicap accessibility to that side of the building. So our DPW went down there and began tearing out that whole back section, and they had some jackhammers mounted on our backhoes, and they did a great job clearing it out. So once we have the fire department on for guests, we'll talk a little bit about that project, and we have some photos and elevations we can show you. But great job. So we didn't wait for the thaw. They started on the project immediately, and good thing. Gives us a little bit of a head start. There's our crews over there at, again, clearing downtown. This is in front of the Gallagher building and also the courthouse, and they take care of the parking lots, sidewalks, and they really hit it hard. We've been having not huge storms, but they've been, 4 to 6 to 7 to 8 inches or so, and we just had one yesterday and had one early in the week, and great job by the staff at the DPW. there we are at Sookies. That's their 1-year anniversary, and it was a pretty interesting visit to Sookies. They're at the former Kentucky Fried Chicken, and Sookies, they had their children there. Mom came out, brother came out, and we had a great day over there, had a little chat. And, it's one of the few places that sells ice cream, Carl, in the middle of winter. There's the traditional places, but this is it's like a big secret. They sell ice cream and good food. So we want to thank them at Sookies for a great day and celebrating their first anniversary. There's our photo. There's Melissa Tasker over there on the left, who's our economic developer. And if you're looking to start a small business in the city, even if you're just thinking about one, maybe it's a homegrown cottage industry, you're looking to take it from the next step. It was a hobby, something you started in your home and you want to bring it to the next level, give Melissa Tasker a call. She'd be glad to help you out. And doing more computer upgrades. We started off at City Hall with a couple of computers, and now the system is amazing. We're what's categorized as a smart city, and that is, we're smart, but in terms of our technology, we'll be going to the next level. We use our technology to do a whole lot of things, GIS system, to communicate amongst each other, schedule things. It is amazing what we use our IT system for. But very soon, adding another piece of software to our tech system will allow us to bring it all into one platform, which will be amazing to pull. So right now we generate reports and data from different departments. This new technology will allow us to bring it all into one mainframe and one platform and be able to pull up everyone's report. We are one of the few communities that have practiced and continue to practice data-driven decision making. And one of the first in Massachusetts, but one of the first in the country to use data decision making in cities and towns. And we use it well, and it is very helpful to us. But again, this is Clearcom. They're a company that does our IT for the system, but we also house in-house a number of people who are department heads, staff, who aren't paid any extra, but are our internal IT system. And there's the newest member of the Yalen family. Let me tell you, this young lady is a peanut. She's like 5 or 6 pounds. Came in, I saw pictures on social media, got a chance to hold her, and within seconds, she fell asleep. So if you need anybody, if you need somebody to come and put your kids to sleep, bore them to death, give me a buzz. I will make house calls, hospital visits. She was out in seconds, just the tiniest little peanut. Setting up for tomorrow. So tomorrow is our, let's see, I want to make sure we have it all here. We have Once Upon a Time, 10 to 3 o'clock. And so I know how little girls and boys love to dress up in their little costumes. So Cinderella and some of the old classics, but some of the new ones. It could be Superwoman, it could be Batwoman, it could be Cinderella, it could be Snow White, it could be any of the classics. And we'll also have some visitors there as well tomorrow. So anytime from 10 to 3, you stop by City Hall. There's the castle in the back, great photo ops. We'll have live animals and pets tomorrow. So please stop in. No cost to anybody, and that's our photo of the week. There we go. It's so cool to be able to use this little remote talking about technology. Coming up, this is probably still as we speak, is Restaurant Week. Check our website, check our social media, and look for the various restaurants and food businesses that will be participating. And starting on March 10th is the pizza crawl. That's going to be a lot of fun. Also, Irish music concert at the Leominster Public Library on the 17th at 2 o'clock. So, Paul Laura, if you're still around and you're watching this show, we'd like to get you booked for the Senior Center this year. He has an Irish band, and they do a great job, and we had a ball with them last time. They couldn't be there last year. They were overbooked. See, we made them popular on the show, and then they became overbooked. A couple of things, new cameras while you've been on vacation. New cameras have been installed at Skyview and Samoset. These connect to the police department, and these are all throughout the school, and we can, should there be an incident or a reason to watch those cameras and view them in preparation of an incident. It doesn't have to be, something that's a disaster. It sometimes can be something that is used for training or just something that we need to sort of intervene in. And new cameras have been installed at both Skyview and Samoset. These are state of the art, and they connect to the police department. It's incredible, the technology that we have, really. There'll be a public hearing to be held on the rail trail for the new rail trail that goes from Leominster to Fitchburg, from Fitchburg to Leominster, March 13th at 6 o'clock at night. At Doubletree, please, if you could, come and show your support. Come and learn more about the project. We will be getting 4 new emergency call boxes for the front of the fire stations and the DPW. And sometimes people pull up at the front of the fire station and they're not exactly sure if they should be at the side door, the back door, the front door, or at the front door, and maybe you're there and it's late at night and the fire department is out on calls, and there are times when the whole fire station is empty because they're out on various calls. There were ambulances calls today. I don't know how many came in within 10 or 15 minutes. And if we can't get an ambulance there, they dispatch a fire truck with firefighters, and all of our firefighters are trained in EMT, so they can start medical treatment immediately. We also have backup through various resources for paramedics. But anyway, there are times that you pull up in front of the fire station. It might not, somebody might not be there, and you might need emergency assistance. Anyway, you'll have these new call boxes there, and we'll have guests, and we'll have Ron out there or somebody from LTV to be sure. Do want to talk about the do not knock policy that we're putting together. There are a lot of times you're sitting home, the kids are home alone, or you're having supper, and that knock happens on the door, and you really would like to be respectful, and you open the door, and these people are selling solar, or I don't know, all kinds of things, and you just want to be respectful and just politely say, no, I'm not interested. They don't go away, and that's forced us into the do not knock policy, and that we're working on, and that will allow you to register. So anybody that comes into town to do direct soliciting would have to get a copy of that list. If your name and household is on that list, and you don't want anybody to knock on the door, and you want to deal with that, and that's your prerogative, you'll be on that list. They will be forbidden from bothering you and troubling you when you're just trying to be nice and trying to excuse yourself, and sometimes it doesn't go so well. So anyway, tomorrow, Once Upon a Time, story time with Debbie Richards, photos with Vicki Lynn Photography, make your own magic wands provided by the Mums Club of the area, prince and princess paper dolls provided by Project Apples, snacks and hot chocolate. We even have some New England cider made right here in the city of Leominster on Industrial Road. City Hall tomorrow, 10 to 3, February 22nd. Also coming up this weekend is the Icicle Ball at the Doubletree. I'm going to try to make it this year. It starts at 6 o'clock with cocktail hour to 7, dinner and dancing at 7 to 10. Silent auction. To purchase tickets, please go to Leominster Music Boosters 01453@gmail.com. Leominster Public Schools is going to register kids differently this year for kindergarten. You can schedule your appointment today. You don't even have to wait. All you have to do is they're scheduling appointments beginning February 22nd. They've done this in other school districts, and it's worked very well. You could call the Parent Information Center at 978-534-7700. You can talk to Liana at 306, Tina at 352, Jen at 356, or you can download the enrollment forms at leominsterschools.org. Hey, guess what's coming? And you know spring is coming when the Leominster Art Association is having their 54th art exhibit, April 4th, 5th, and 6th. That's not very far away. That's a little more than a month away. Friday the night is the 4th. Friday night, the 4th, is the grand opening and open to the public for free. Come join over 200 pieces. You can enjoy over 200 pieces of art and artist demonstrations Saturday and Sunday. Huge raffles also going to be taking place. So anyway, stop by. Hey, keep cutting out those box tops. We're getting filled at City Hall, mostly because I think school is out. And so people didn't have a place to bring them or return them to the schools. But anyway, you can help out, and all the box tops that go to that are collected are turned into cash for the schools, for the PTOs, and all the wonderful work that they do. Free recycling event coming up at the DPW May 11th. We'll talk more about that. Please remember to turn in your census forms in the next 30 days. We need you to do those. Those are very important. I will check our online streaming here to see if anybody has any questions or comments. I don't know. I guess I can refresh. Let's go to, I'm not sure where we are. Okay. It doesn't show the messages for some reason, Carl. It does. Maybe it's on, oh, I know what it is. It's on the Leominster TV site. Let's see. Yeah, it's on the Leominster TV site, so I'd have to go on that to be able to pull up anybody's comments or questions. But a whole lot of people watching, got a bunch of text here. There was a question that somebody asked. Oh, this weekend, I believe, I hope somebody's watching. I'm not sure it's on here. I didn't see it, but I believe that the farmers market is at City Hall this weekend. And if I can pump this up, I think it came via a text or email, but it doesn't seem to be loading, so I'm out of luck. But I believe it's at City Hall starting 9 to 1, again, in the John R. Tater Auditorium, and that is coming up, let's see, here we go, the 23rd. Yeah, that's Saturday, right? 23rd, 9 to 1, farmers market inside City Hall, so stop down. Number of things that are happening this weekend. Over at Recreation Department at Barrett Park is having the Winter Fest, so don't miss that. So a ton of things going on. Tomorrow we'll put out on our website as well as our Facebook page all of the things that you could be looking forward to for the weekend. Something new. If you want to visit, if you're on Facebook and you want, sometimes everybody's got their own Facebook account. So I have mine, police, fire, schools, everybody has theirs. We're putting one site. It's the official City of Leominster Facebook account, and that will have everything on it, all of the events. So you can continue to still visit the police department if that's what you're interested in. My account, which is my personal account, the library account, the DPW account, the health department account. You could continue to visit those if you'd like, but right now you can actually begin to like the page. It's the official, it'll say, the official City of Leominster Facebook page, and it'll have everything. It'll be the one stop for everything. We won't post 100 things on there a day. We'll post 2 or 3 critical, vital things, important things on that site. But on that site will be little places that you can click on to find out different events in town and some other critical pieces of information. Want to thank the entire staff here. You guys are the best here at LTV. They come in here, they're good, they're the best. And we want to thank them every week because can't get enough of them. Next Tuesday, Carl, we have something special going on at City Hall. 4:45 in the afternoon to 4 o'clock. This is big news, Carl. We can't share this news with anybody. In fact, we couldn't even share it with the cast and crew here at LTV. But they will be there live to share this news. So stay glued. We are sworn to secrecy, so we can't share that with you. But this is big news happening here in the City of Leominster. Let the rumors and the speculation begin, because that's part of the fun. But we'll see you there live. Tuesday, 4 o'clock, City Hall. Good night. God bless you. Remember, the world is run by those who show up. Thanks for showing up. Good night.